Welcome to the exciting and new podcast, Minipod. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
I hate doing it without music. That's really weird. But there's music playing now, isn't there?
You hear the music. We don't hear the music.
This is going to be a mini-pod where we normally do our recommendations, but we're also going to throw a little talk about other things that we recently watched this week, like Stranger Things. Just finished up, or just came out, was that July 1? Was the was episodes 8 and 9?
Was it July 1st? Yeah.
Yeah, July 1 was
today's like July something.
Yeah, because it was last Friday. The Friday
July
before
9th, right? Yeah.
July 9th.
It was the Friday before the
4th of July,
yeah.
right, yeah.
And
so that finishes up season 4 of Stranger Things.
Finishes up season 4 of Stranger Things. So if you have not finished season 4 of Stranger Things, now's the time to turn this podcast off, and you're not going to get our recommendations, so fuck you.
Or if you're like my mom and she's like, I saw the first episode. Will I understand this? I'm like, no. It's 4 fucking years later. No, you're not going to understand it.
What's a Vecna?
And I will not sit here next to you and say, well, you know, as she goes, what's that? What's that?
What's upside down?
Who's that? Is she important? No. Turn the podcast off. Watch season 4 of Stranger Things.
And now she's only seen season 1, episode 1, is what you're saying, right?
I think she
not even season
I
4, episode 1.
I think she was into season 2, but she kept. We were watching it together. It was me and Michelle and my sister and her husband and 2 of my sister's kids. And my mom would walk into the room every once in a while and be like, "What's happening?"
Like, keep it
I'm
going.
It's like, we're like
Keep
seasons
it going.
past you. Like, why are you asking what's happening? Do you want me to tell you what's happening?
So spoilers. What are you doing?
Oh, is she important? Why does that girl look like that? Why is her arm breaking like that? I'm like, I don't fucking know, because that's
why is Robert England in it? But
yeah, like my mom would know that. That was fun.
It was fun.
The Nightmare on Elm Street aspect of this season.
Friday to Halloween.
I can't say any of my children's names without saying the other ones first. So when I do Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, they're like my children. I mix them up. I can, if I say Logan, it always starts Daniel? It always starts with Logan, come over here. Daniel, come over here. Like, that's how I start every time I talk to them. So
they always, as soon as the initial they hear, the letter they hear, they know it's the opposite.
It's always the wrong person that I'm talking to. So Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, same thing. And this was very Nightmare on Elm Street heavy.
Yeah. So you just finished today?
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the season a lot.
I enjoyed the season as well.
This is probably my favorite season since season 1. I liked season 3 a lot. I know that kind of gets shat upon.
I think season 3 was underrated because a lot of people poo-poo it.
Yeah,
I think,
and I thought
think
season 3 was good.
Yeah.
Season 2, I think, was just not a good season. That was almost like a
little.
We got to do something because everybody liked the first one. We got to do something.
Man, we weren't expecting to be such a big hit.
Yeah, they expected to be like every other thing on Netflix, like one and done. And
season.
But no, I thought this was very good. There were parts that anything that was happening out in California, Mike, Will, Jonathan, and
the best part about that was Argyle.
Argyle.
He's what made the California
like
stuff.
None of that. It was
Jonathan
nonsensical.
Is the worst stoner.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever. I'd say he's never gotten stoned, but didn't he get busted for coke or something like that?
But maybe he was just trafficking.
I've never done this stuff myself, sir.
I just like to sell it. Seriously, just as a hobby of mine.
It was, obviously the gigantic elephant in the room is that this is still their freshman year in high school.
Yes.
And they are now all in their 20s. One of the distracting things watching this was like Elle, who's now a full grown woman wearing like her long johns in the tub with her boobs like floating above the water, and like these there's like 4 guys just like hovering over her. I'm like, this girl is a fucking beer away. This girl is a beer away from a fucking dangerous night right here, and
she's got curves.
She's supposed to be like 14. She's obviously like 19. It's funny how they kind of just. I don't know why they didn't advance the plot to make them at least seniors in high school.
That's what I didn't understand.
Because now if they're gonna jump forward in time again, now they're gonna have to be seniors are older.
Lucas looked more mature than the other kids
Yeah,
on the
Lucas
team.
This year would have been the perfect time to jump.
Yeah.
I agree because
Yeah.
nothing was holding you into saying this happened 6 months later. It could be it happened 4 years later,
Yeah.
and it would have just made sense that now they're seniors, they're all 18, so they look.
Well, I guess Hop
18-ish.
being in
But even Hopper
prison,
could have been
but-
missing for 4 years. He could have been in
Exactly.
prison. Yeah.
8 months or 4 years.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
With all the weight that he lost, it could have taken 4 years to lose all the
Well,
weight.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
going to do superhero movies and stuff like that. So.
Oh, he did Hellboy, right? Is that
Hellboy,
why he
yeah.
was looking like
That's
that?
why he was in like ridiculous shape. And something else I think he did. He got in really
Was
good
he
shape
Hellboy in the new Hellboy?
The newest
Yeah.
Hellboy, not
Oh, I
the
didn't-
Yeah,
good
the
ones.
after Ron Perlman.
That he never
he was the
finished the
first one, right?
trilogy.
Yeah.
They should have finished the trilogy of Hellboys.
I only watched the first one. I didn't see
Those are very well made.
Oh yeah,
Graphically,
Hellboy
you know,
and
yeah.
Golden Compass, Golden
Golden-
Corral, Golden Compass.
I think that's the food
Golden
chain, right?
Shower.
Golden.
The second one's really. I like both Hellboy movies. I
Yeah.
did not see the Hopper.
Wait,
one.
who's a Nazi?
Did I say Nazi?
You called that one, right?
What did I say?
You said I did not see.
Oh, ugh. I did not see a Nazi either. Oh, though in Hellboy I did.
Oh yeah.
Camp Stormfront. Wait, that's a different show. I'm sorry.
That's something else. Anyways, back to Stranger Things. There was a lot to love about the season. You know, it's funny how every year it seems they add another
What
component
was the
to the.
Warzone?
Oh my God! They bought all the guns and the bazookas and the assault rifles and they had
But also,
ICBMs there. They're like,
how
if you
did
need a
Nancy-
tactical nuclear device.
How did
like,
Nancy know so much about sawed-off shotgun?
Well, maybe her dad was a hunter. Although that dude's never gotten off his chair with his
No.
newspaper.
He played the coach for the Lakers in that winning time.
Did he? Okay.
Can't think of his name. McKinney.
So before Pat Riley.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because the dad in Zapped that we will podcast about at some point in the future, that's the Stranger Things dad.
Oh, yeah,
sitting on the
exactly.
couch with the newspaper on his head.
That was an 80s TV trope.
Yeah.
Or even movie trope.
And
yeah.
Zapped had it in spades, and this guy was that exact thing where he
Same
was just,
Better Off Dead. The dad was just like, no, this is
right,
why the mom
yep.
was really weird.
and I'll save it for Zapped.
Saving it for Zach.
I got something that I need to get out, but
Go ahead.
I
We'll
didn't
get
save
to
it
his
yet.
recommendations. Stop talking Stranger Things.
No. But
I wasn't thrilled with this year.
really,
Ooh. You know what? Neither was Connor.
yeah, that's right. Connor said
Connor
he
liked
hated
the
this
season. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Connor influenced me, but I don't think he did because I watched the first 7 episodes before I really
In a
talked about
vacuum.
it with him. Yeah. And I was just I struggled through every single one.
Really? I was like enjoying everyone. Like
Yeah.
Eddie Munson was so much fun. I thought
I love
character-
the Eddie Munson character, and then now he's gone.
Well, yeah. They did that with everything.
They gotta
did it
kill
with Sean
somebody, though.
Astin. They did it with Sean Astin. They did it with that other guy.
Billy last
did
year.
it with Billy, and
Barb
there was
the
one
first
other
year.
guy,
There's always
yeah.
got to be one death. But I like the fact that they add on to the cool crew every year. Like it was Dustin and Steve. Then it was Dustin, Steve, and Robin. Now it's Dustin, Steve, and Nancy. Like it's like it gets bigger and bigger every year because like when they're on the screen, when they're doing shit, I am way engaged. I'm like, what are they doing? When they go to like California and go to those fuckers, like you know, with Will and
like
Mike.
I said,
and
the only
like,
thing that excited me about the California was when it was at Argyle.
yeah,
that was the
Argyle
only fun stuff. I think.
silly, I guess, but and
Like
then
when
the-
him and that other stoner were talking, and they were like, "Yeah," they were just like,
Oh, dude, yeah. Like when they were trying to take over the pizza joint. That,
yeah. When he said he wanted to get the,
But I think this should have been 4 or 5 hours.
Well, I
It's
don't.
way too long.
I don't agree with the last two being like, especially the last one being like 2.5 hours. They should have done.
There was definitely parts where it dragged. I
They
thought,
should
the
have done
last
like
episode.
everything that's happening in America episode, and then everything that's happening in a Russia episode, and then do a finale.
And then a
because
Yakov Smirnoff episode.
Every time they went to Russia, I'm like, okay, I know they're getting out. I know Joyce and Hopper are getting out. They're not going to die in Russia.
You
so
think Murray's going to die if anybody?
I didn't even think he was going to die, but I was never like kind of like worried about them. So whenever they went there, I was like, oh yeah, we got to deal about these guys. Not that I don't like those characters, but I was never feeling that.
There wasn't the excitement or the nervousness.
And it
of
should
an
have been. They had a
excitement, yeah.
Demogorgon or whatever the fuck they call those things
I like when
running
they call
around
it
there.
the Demodogs. They have
Demodogs.
to, yeah.
Dogs, yeah.
But you know, they should have been in the most trouble. And I love that, these shows, the logic that they make up, like, if we fight these things here, maybe that'll distract them over there.
And
like,
I had
really?
a problem
Like,
with
why
that
do you
writing.
think that? Like, why would you think that? Oh yeah, they're going to send some of their guys over to Russia, so that'll distract the ones in Indiana. All right. Yeah, sure. Why not? So let's fight them.
Wait. What's going on over there?
And that's what I think. I had another problem with the crappy logic of this one.
Come on, man. You can't let logic get in your
But
way
the other
of
ones
fun.
were so well crafted. This
Like,
story
what was
was
so
not
bad
crafted
about this
well.
that wasn't crafted well about this one. There's a story there.
There was, but I mean, the
Yeah.
whole California to Dustin's girlfriend in like Utah or whatever the fuck that was with that family with 100
Was
kids
that, like,
running
supposed to be
around.
like a foster family.
I
or
thought it was
something
all
like
her
that?
real, like the dad seemed to be like the dad, the
Of
real
all of them?
dad. It seemed to be.
I
but
don't know. I didn't.
It made no sense. And they went to Utah to figure out an address to New Mexico. And I know there was like computer hacky war games,
games,
1985.
yeah, weird
Oh,
science.
I'm going to
building a
I'm
woman
gonna call
robot.
up an IP address, and oh my god, there it is! Like I figured it out because I typed in 3 lines of
Sort
code.
of like when
wow,
Tron, when
you're
they
so
were
smart.
typing in,
Yes.
tell me this.
So she figured out exactly where L was in a state, 2 states away, Utah and New Mexico. I guess
Utah
they're,
H,
they're,
yeah.
they're connected by 4 corners, but still long distances to go. Somehow she figured that out, and they got there just at the right time, just as the helicopter was getting pulled out of the air by L. Very cool. The L flashback or whatever the hell that episode was, where they delved into her
Oh, when they made her look younger.
past, and
Yeah.
that's how she created number 1 became Venkman. I call him Venkman because he played Ghostbusters. But
What about Did you
that
like-
was a
did
great
you like
episode.
Martin-
I love that whole thing.
Dr. Bremer, did you like all his part? I mean,
I don't know. I just wasn't. I didn't care about anybody in this one.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
see,
it didn't pull me in.
maybe it was the 2-year wait in between seasons that made you like lose interest.
It could have
as well.
been. I mean, I normally lose interest in shows. It's very rare that I continue on with a show.
I
after
that's
agree,
why
two
with,
you're
I agree with
seasons.
that logic.
That's why you're best binging a whole show when it's all there, right? So you watch it all,
Exactly.
right? This way it's all
'Cause
there.
you never get tired of it. But this
How
one,
many seasons was the 100 on for?
7.
You never got bored with 7 seasons of that, did you? And you probably watched that weekly. Every week you were like,
No,
oh my God, I can't wait for the next episode. I'll
did.
sit through commercials. Oh my God, it's an hour. It's
Have you watched it more than once, that series?
No, I've only watched it once because there's 100 of them. But I
Yeah,
watched
but I
seasons 1 through 4 almost continuously, and then
like, you mean binging?
yeah, I binged up to 4. 'cause
Oh, that was
it
what
ended
was
at
out?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't go back to watch 5, 6, and 7 until after 7 finished, so I could binge.
So you binged 1 through 4, and then you binged 5 through 7.
You didn't want to have to wait in between seasons. You
Exactly.
wanted to
Actually,
be-
and it was mostly, I'd see it on or whatever. Like the whole season would be out, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste.
It's weird how some shows,
like, I can't wait for Monday night.
I know, but I love the wait. Like Better Call Saul.
Yeah, which
like
is Monday night, 6
Like the
episodes.
wait
Are
in
you
between
caught up?
weeks.
No,
Even like the wait in between the boys, week to week. I'm like, oh my God, like it's cool. The
Wait,
boys
he
is
didn't, he didn't watch.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not
Right.
saying anything about it in specifics. I'm just saying the wait for the next episode. You're like, oh my God, like I can't get it right now. It's there, but well, it's not there. It's
it's coming.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Binging sometimes I think lessens the appeal of a show.
I'm like I said to Brian, like this season of The Boys went way too fast because
Way
they gave us
too
those
fast.
3 first that drop right away, and then you just have the 5 after that, and it's just those 5 happen really fast. It's just
We've been doing the streaming thing now for however long we've been doing it, 10 years or whatever that streaming wars have been going on for. And the undisputed best way to release your 10 episode season is
release the Kraken.
release 3 day one and do the rest week to week.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
if
think
it's a
you
10
think that's
episode
the best
show.
model. You think
That's the best model. But the boys being only 8 episodes, You can't release 3 at once.
If it was
because
10 episodes, it works.
Yeah, but 8, all of a sudden, you're halfway through the season. By the next week, you start the 4th episode, you're like halfway through.
At least if you do 3 and then you have 7 after that, you have almost 2 months.
You got a lot
almost
going.
2 months of,
But, man, the boys went by so fast. And Stranger Things obviously figured it out finally because they put a 2-month pause in between.
Was that? Yeah, I think it was 6
Wasn't it
weeks.
like Memorial Day to July
weeks,
4th, basically?
something like that. Yeah.
There's a couple shows I'm waiting to finish so I can watch. Like, I'm excited to watch them, but
And new?
I won't watch them. What's that?
Exciting and new.
Yes. Like Motherland. I'm waiting for.
Which one's that again?
That's the Witch Academy, the alternate universe.
Is that on
Hulu?
All right, I don't think I know that one. Thought I knew it. I think it was something else, maybe.
And what's the other one?
Is that your recommendation?
No, that's not my recommendation.
I tried to trick him.
The other one I always wait for is to finish up, but I love it, is Resident Alien.
Dude, I
never watched
love the
that.
first season. We started watching the second season. I lost interest. Like 3 episodes into the second season, I was
What's
like,
the gist?
that's Steve.
Were you watching it episode to episode?
Yeah.
Steve Zahn?
Steve
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk. He's got 2 of them?
Yes.
Alan Tudyk, he's an alien. He's taking over the body of like the resident doctor in town. It's like a mountain town in Colorado.
Alien, or
What's that?
do some people know he's
Some
an
people
alien?
do, yeah. And it's him trying to like, his mission is to kill everybody. But now, of course, like he's like falling in love with humans. So
Is
he
that
has to,
show
like,
still on? Like it's still
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the 3rd season this year or second season?
I think it was second season.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is a 3rd season, though.
I
think it
love
got
the
picked
first
up.
season, but
I never watched it. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. It's a sci-fi show or whatever,
Is that what it's on? Sci-fi?
Sci-fi?
I watch it on Hulu.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know what
it's
actual
on.
network it is.
At least no commercials.
Oh, Peacock. I'm sorry. I don't watch it on Hulu. I watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, right.
They might be owned by Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
NBC owns all
Yeah,
that.
I think so.
it's possible. Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those
under
shows that
Universal
it's
umbrella,
fun.
right?
What's that?
That's the Universal umbrella, right?
Universal.
NBC.
Yeah. Universal.
Yeah.
Do you hear this chair squeaking? Do you hear that?
I do now. Yeah,
You hear it? Okay.
Not until you said it though.
All right.
It's very faint.
I had to listen.
But I
for
hear it. I know it's there.
Oh, you
so
know
every time I
it's-
hear it,
You're
I'm like,
you probably feel it as you're doing it too. Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm like wondering.
He's the only one who rocks, right? I don't have a rocker, do you?
Dude, I got one of these chairs I
No.
stole from work. I'm working on it. Don't worry. I'm working on it. I'm working on better, exciting, and new studio
Equipment.
like seating, and like I'm thinking of making that the room, the podcast room over there.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to make it
that's
the
nice.
room, and it's just gonna be for podcasting.
That's nice. Because
would
then
be
you have,
cool.
I
like,
want to do that.
You can have like special lighting in there. and
Logan wants me to make it into a bathroom. I'm like, either a bathroom
Make this into
or
a
the
ba-
podcast
You
room.
make this into the bathroom and make that into the podcast.
One of the two.
Okay. And then this little closet
I know.
into the bathroom. And
I mean,
then-
bathrooms are hard when there's not a bathroom there already. There's
Or
no
a bathroom right there.
there's no piping, so it's like you gotta all of a sudden like.
You
He
gotta
knows a
pump it
guy who can
out.
pipe. He's got a piping guy.
So, did we talk about Stranger Things?
we talked about Stranger Things.
So
Overall, I liked the season.
I loved it.
Andy loved it.
this
and
is-
you're giving it a
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled.
Do we have any other recommendations we want to give for this week?
Yeah,
or-
I got something I'd like
Oh,
to
do you?
mention
Oh, okay.
that I watched this week. I thought was
I'm
pretty
saying I
good.
wasn't thrilled. I love the ending, the last episode. Exciting. It should have been the whole
Wait, you
series should have been.
You
like
loved the
that.
finale though.
The finale.
See, my problem with the finale was that this now seems like a 13-hour setup for the final season. Like,
which better have a lot more action in it.
I mean, I did not like the Lord of the Rings ending there, where it was like everybody hugging, and we have to see Hopper and 11, and then
And
Joyce
still
and
not-
11,
and still not
and
knowing if
Dustin and Mike,
The
and
Will
blah, blah, blah.
Mike situation.
Oh yeah, and obviously Will's gay, and they're like, I don't know what they're doing there. I don't know what they're doing. With
Why are they so afraid to just do it?
Because Robin's gay.
But
And
as
they don't
I'm
care
saying-
about that. Robin's
Oh,
gay,
yeah.
and she's like hitting on the other girl, and it's all good.
That was
and-
fun. Her whole.
But Will is obviously in love with Mike, and they don't want to say it, but they want to kind of like.
But then Jonathan notices
says,
it, and he
"You're my brother, and I will love you no matter what."
and it's overwhelming. It's almost a little too much, like laying it on too thick.
And there was the
kinda.
whole hidden picture. I drew this picture, and he wouldn't show anybody. And then when he showed it, it was like,
and it was like
they're
Elle
fighting it.
commissioned it.
And it was like they're fighting a dragon and blah blah blah. And it's
Look,
like,
you're in charge.
You're
Look,
in
you're
charge.
leading.
You've got the heart. You've got my heart. I don't know. It was Will's obviously in love with Mike, and they better resolve that.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
I
think it's fair too. We should get that resolved.
That was my
Yeah.
biggest disappointment of the season, that they just like kind of left that hanging. Like,
Yeah.
why'd you bring that up in the first episode and not resolve that over 9 episodes? It had to have been resolved.
You had plenty of time to resolve it.
Either
They
Will,
had plenty of times where they sat and talked to each
Yep.
other one-on-one.
either Will hits on Mike and Mike rejects him, and
Or Mike's into it.
or Mike's into it,
And then
he's into it. I don't know how to
And
say
maybe
this,
Elle's
but,
into it,
Menage a trois. That's a Seinfeld thing.
Yeah, it's a great
I know.
Seinfeld thing.
I
to-
know.
but,
I know
but
you
maybe,
know.
But maybe Elle's into
I'm doing
it
that for
too.
the audience out there. They're just thinking I'm spewing out French words.
And like thinking, like, is Andy really talking about a menage a trois with these?
These 3 guys are talking about, oh, that is one ugly fucking menage a trois. That a
nobody's
menage a
coming.
no. Menage a no.
All right, so we're gonna do some recommendations for this week, right?
Are we? Okay, great.
I watched a movie on HBO Max called Last Night in Soho, directed by Edgar Wright. He did Baby Driver. It's an aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker. It's got Anya Taylor-Joy,
Love her.
Matt Smith. I think he's one of
the doctor.
He's a doctor. He was in Terminator. He
Yeah.
was also in. He was Prince Philip in The Crown.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Diana Rigg, one of her last roles before she
Queen of
passed.
Thorns.
Yeah.
Love her.
And Terrence Stamp.
Matthew Smith's
was in
also going to
this.
be in the new Game of Thrones show. But anyway,
Terrence Stamp. Yeah, I haven't
Chance
seen
for
him in a while.
Valorum, or
Yeah.
actually General Zod, but yes.
But yeah, so I recommend it. It's a very fun. It's I'd say it could be considered a horror, but it's more like a thriller, like kind of.
And what's it called?
Last Night in Soho. It's
And
on
Edgar
HBO
Wright,
Max.
huh?
Yeah, Edgar Wright, yeah.
It's got a big stamp of approval right there. I got to watch that.
Yeah, I recommend that right behind my recommendation last week that Michelle poo-pooed Chippendale Rescue Rangers, which I think you should watch.
We still haven't watched that. Brian, what do you got?
So I've been watching 2 shows, flipping back and forth.
He's got one. He says
During
network,
the shows? Like, how do you follow what's going on?
it's network TV, so it's
Oh,
when
you
one's
got
on a commercial.
commercials and
He says he's got one he thinks that we're not going to like and we're going to make fun of.
No,
him for.
you'll probably hate both of them.
Oh, both of them.
So
now I'm looking forward to it.
first one is a new show just came out. Hulu. They're both on Hulu.
Okay.
The first one's called Maggie, and it's about
Maggie.
the psychic girl and just how she's,
It's
she's
not
a little
Maggie's-
bit,
It's not a Maggie Simpson.
she's like in her
spinoff.
20s or whatever.
It's always a young girl doing something, right?
Yeah, you get a feeling what's going on here, right?
But now I don't want to tell you the next one.
Brian and his stories.
Well, anyway, I recommend
I
that show.
bet
It
his
was
other
good.
one's like 2 teenage cheerleaders. That's how it's going to
No,
start.
2 7th graders.
This is my true recommendation, and it's season 2.
Wait, with the Maggie thing. So what's going on there?
Wait,
So
yeah,
Maggie, it's like a she's a psychic, and it's sitcom-y. It's very sitcom.
Is there
I
anybody-
started it
Any
because
names? Is there any na- Are there
Chris
any names
Elliott
in it
is in
that we
it.
know?
Oh, Chris Elliott.
yeah, he's the father.
Why do you not
You
lead?
lead with that.
That might be T-shirt material. Why do you not lead with that? Could that be exciting a new podcast T-shirt material?
But yeah, he's
We stole
you know,
from
he's
Gilbert,
the
I
dad
guess,
in it.
didn't we?
What's that?
Didn't we steal that from Gilbert?
Did we? I don't even know.
Yeah, he's dead. He can't claim that now, can he?
Frank, come on our
Love you,
podcast.
What are you talking about?
Well, now that was Maggie,
Chris Elliott's great though.
but yeah, he is great in the show. And Carrie Kinney is
From the state.
yeah,
yeah, okay.
Reno.
Yeah.
She's the mom.
Oh, now I'm kind of like might want to like check it out.
and both her and Chris Elliott are funny.
I might check this out.
But the show that I really would recommend that I've been watching,
You should have left
that
on a
was
middle
exciting.
of the road. I wouldn't say high note, but now I feel a big giant.
Yeah, this is gonna be like
disappointment coming here.
Bridgerton or something like that.
It's called Dollface. and it's on
Hulu.
Hulu.
You said, right? Yeah.
And it's Kat Dennings, Brenda Song.
Kat Dennings, dude, you had me out already. You got to
Well, you know
do
what?
a lot. You got to bring me back somehow.
I hated her show, her other show.
There's nothing
Two
about her I
Broke
like.
Girls. However, in this show, and I watch it because of
That
Brenda
show was
Song.
unwatchable. That
I don't know
Two Broke
her.
Girls show.
So that's from Sweet Life on Deck, London. Did you
What
ever
did
watch
he-
that?
You're saying
Wait,
this like
What did he
you're-
just say? What was that?
He's saying this like Seinfeld or
Did he have a
Friends.
stroke?
Like, what are you talking about?
Did he have a stroke and just say random
The
words?
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh, okay. That I've actually heard about. You did not say
He did
that.
not
I don't
say
know what
that,
you
right?
said.
Sweet Life on Deck, which was the sequel to
Oh.
the Sweet Life,
Life
of
on
Zach and
Deck?
Cody.
I don't know that.
Goodness.
I don't
That's
know
when
the
they
sequel.
moved from the
And
Tipton Hotel to the Tipton.
I'd also
cruise
like to
ship.
go on record as saying I've never seen the Sweet Life of
I
Zach and
still don't know
Cody
what you
either,
guys
but
are
my
talking
boys
about.
did. They talk about it once in a
Oh,
while.
is that
so-
Nickelodeon or something?
Disney, I think, right?
Disney, yeah.
Yeah.
So she
Ah,
was a character on both. those
Surprising, he
shows.
went with a Disney. a Disney.
But the girl from
And she's
Perfect
about
Little
to turn
Liars.
18 in like a year, so she's on the
Oh,
clock.
no, she just had
1801.
no, she just had
1800.
Macaulay Culkin's child, and
Oh.
Wait, Macaulay's?
Macaulay's, yeah. So
How old is this girl? How old's he? He's like 50, isn't he?
That's my age.
yeah, he's in his 40s.
He's a little younger than me.
That was. I wish there was a picture of Jason Baron. I
Coated in
inhaling.
smoke.
All right, he's my age. Like, oh.
That's why we're not. We should be a video podcast.
For that second, we should have been a video podcast. You couldn't inhale that smoke fast enough to be like, Macaulay
To get that
Culkin's my age.
I had to get that line out, didn't I?
And Macaulay Culkin, a 47, 6
I would say he's probably a little younger than me. Yeah.
46-year-old.
Brenda Song's probably in her early 30s.
Oh, she's that old.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say early 20s.
So it's
41.
the girl from Pretty
41.
Little Liars and another girl. So it's these four girls, and they're all turning 30 in the show.
Oh, okay.
And it's just it's a cute show about them.
I'm out.
Yeah, man. I have more interest in the one with Chris Elliott, but I'm not watching that either.
I might give Maggie one shot. I might give it a shot. Yeah. We'll see.
Dollface is good too. But
Dollface,
you have
I'm
to
out.
like shows that I like.
Yeah, no
You,
chance.
you
I'm
confuse
watching
me with the Cody show. I don't know what's going on. So Chris Elliott's okay. He's okay in my book.
Google Brenda Song. She was actually, remember that TV show that oh my God, it was Giovanni Ribisi and Seth Green did
that. Oh,
Well, Greg the
Dads
Bunny.
or something.
oh, I was going to say Greg the Bunny
That's what I said,
too.
yeah, Greg the Bunny, yeah.
This was Dads, and it was
Dads.
yeah, it was only on for one season before.
Yeah,
I actually
Seth
think it was
Green
just a
is a
few
dad? Is that what you
episodes.
said?
But Brenda Song was it like she was really hot.
Wait, there was
in
a
that.
show with Seth Green and Giovanni
Giovanni
Ribisi
Ribisi.
that I have no idea about.
And they're
Dads.
dads. They're
I like
both
both of them.
dads.
Yeah, and Martin Mull is one of the dads.
What?
And
It sounds like an interesting show.
Sounds like a
too,
show I
right?
would watch.
yeah, I can't believe you didn't never
Is
heard
this
of
a
it.
Fox show and then
Is
Probably
it
a Fox
Is it a
show.
one
Yeah.
season and done? You said.
Yeah, I don't even know if it made it. in
Oh,
one.
so it was one of those.
it was not good. Like I know people who loved it, but for me,
You didn't
I
like it.
I expected so much from it, and it was not good.
all right.
They all can't be robot chicken, right?
No,
Is it me? Am I
Yeah.
Rick? Oh, it's on me. Well, obviously the boys
So good.
season finale.
You didn't see the finale, but you did see Hero Gasm. So.
oh yeah,
The boys this year.
It's been
The
insane.
boys this year. There should be a special award for whatever these shows get awarded for. I guess Emmys, but whatever.
Yeah.
Who like the boys piss on the Emmys, and I would so want Anthony Starr, Homelander, to win an
Oh,
Emmy
wow. How
and
great
go
would
up
that
on
be?
stage and piss on that and be
Oh.
like, "I don't deserve. You don't deserve to have me here, and fuck your award."
Oh, and he had the cape on when he went up there.
His eyes, man. I have never seen an actor whose eyes tell you everything that's going on in his mind. Like,
Yeah, and he tells like 5 different things with his eyes at the same time.
his other show was
is that Banshee?
Banshee.
I want to watch Banshee now because of how great he is as Homelander.
that is the antithesis of any show I would watch. But
Why, there's no teenage girls in it or something like that? There's all old men.
There
Lots
are
of machine guns.
there are that might have been what drew me in.
The girls brought you
A
in.
young Amish girl,
Amish.
Rebecca.
Oh my god.
But anyway,
Going on?
that show was absolutely phenomenal. Like, he has never been in a bad TV show, and that was 4 seasons for Banshee.
He is a.
I've heard several recommendations that Banshee was a good show.
Oh yeah,
He is such an amazing actor. I don't think he gets credit enough for, he's just the bad guy and he looks evil, but
No, he does. He
when
does
he
it
plays
well.
a great.
when he is standing there, like with the eyes, and what's coming. Like, something happens in this last episode when you see him, like,
Oh yeah.
like he has uncovered the deception in the room, and you're like, uh-oh,
Can we
that
just talk
other
about-
person might be dead, and that other
Real
person is
quick,
dead.
after it happened and that other guy shout, yeah, that was just what?
Yeah, The Boys is awesome. And Anthony Starr is amazing. Carl Urban, of course, the Butcher is great, but
Everybody,
everybody's great on the
Mother's
show.
Milk is so good.
I mean,
in it.
And the writing is so good.
So good.
Frenchie and
But,
Kamiko.
like the Butcher's awesome, but I mean, he plays the best part because you just be like, "Fuck you, you fucking cunt twat," and that sounds
he
great.
could be mean at anybody for
but
any reason.
Anthony Starr as Homelander, I mean, he makes the show. He
yeah.
makes the show. When he side eyes someone, you're like, "Oh my god!" Like, what's gonna happen? Is this person gonna explode?
Like if you switch Carl Urban and Anthony Starr,
Ooh, that would be a real interesting.
All right.
The Boys,
Yeah.
to see what would be done there. That would be fun to watch.
I know you said you started it, but you didn't finish it. Finish the cartoon Invincible.
Oh no!
It's
Now I
real-
have to. Stop.
No, it's not in there.
Oh, it's not.
But
oh,
it's just
now I
it's
want
a
it to
really
be.
good
Invincible is incredible.
It's such a good
Wait, Invincible?
Invincible. All the boys. Cartoons.
Oh no, Invincible's something else.
Invincibles is on Amazon.
There's an
yeah.
Invincible Amazon show, but there's a
The boys.
The
that
Boys
cartoons-
cartoon
The
show.
boys, I think, are diabolical.
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 That's it.
I'm sorry, I had
because
the wrong
Invincible is awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Invincible is another cartoon,
Yep.
yeah, but I'm thinking the boys diabolical.
that's the cartoon.
And that's the
Boys.
cartoon.
I saw like the first
I watched
one
the
of
first
that
one with
like,
the
Baby's
baby.
Day Out.
Yeah,
and there was
which
no
I
words
liked
in
a
there.
lot. Yeah.
There was no dialogue in that. It was
was
all
a
music
great
and just
episode.
sound. Yeah, but watch the others; they're so good. And there's so many guest stars. Like the guest
yeah.
stars that they get are big names.
Anyway, The Boys is not my recommendation because that's out there.
And that's
Everybody's watching
we
it. Everybody's
recommend
watching
that
it.
week
I'm
one.
recommending Candy. It's on. Fuck.
Hulu.
Yeah, it is on Hulu.
Is it on Hulu?
I'm on
This is
the
a
I'm on
Hulu
the,
heavy,
I'm on the Brady
recommendation.
Brady the Brian app. What's your name? Who's your son? I'm on the Brian app.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Brian.
I'm Brian.
Candy is Jessica Biel or Jennifer Biel. Jessica Biel.
Jennifer
Jessica Biel.
Beals is
Justin
singer.
Timberlake's wife.
Kamiko was dancing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, Kamiko,
Flashdance.
love her. Jessica Biel. She is a suburban housewife. It is 1980 exactly. It's May.
Caddyshack just came out.
It's May 24th.
Empire Strikes Back.
1980. There's a lot of. Are we going to see Empire Strikes Back tomorrow? Like it's like, oh my god! Like it's like it's
that's awesome.
so
It's in the-
it's
it's in
so
it.
set
Hey,
in
they
a
said it. They said
it's
Empire
so
Strikes Back.
set in a specific time where they're like, you want the dad to say like, I am your father, but he doesn't know that yet. Tomorrow he'll know that. But
That's so fun.
anyway, so she's a Texas housewife in 1980,
Jessica
and
Biel is.
yeah, and it's 5 episodes, Hulu, in and out, watch it. It's fun. You could probably watch it in one night.
It's based off on a true story.
It's a true
right?
story. And the funny thing about it is there will be an HBOMax one at the end of the year with Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, and
What, another series?
based on the exact same thing. As I was watching this one, I'm
So
just
Hulu
like,
got to the
Hulu did it
finish
first.
line first.
But this
that's all.
happened in 1980. It took them
42 years.
42 years to do
get
one
two
and then do it
episodes.
another one so soon after. And I'm sure the HBO one will be so much better because there'll be a lot of
now do I wait for the HBO one?
yeah, but it's this
and
one.
then I'll be like, oh, I don't like the original.
And this is one of those ones where there's no mystery. You see the murder happens, and it's not like you're like, who did it? But they try to like.
then they
make
do
it-
the whole all this background to it and
It's
what
not-
leads up to it. I guess or,
They do. They try to do a little background because the people that are involved in the murder know each other, so you kind of want to know why they know each other.
okay.
But it's good. I highly recommend Candy and The Boys and Stranger Things.
There you have it. Those recommendations. And last night in Soho.
And I also recommend Strange New Worlds, last season finale of season 1.
It's finished, so now I can watch it. That's another one I've been waiting for.
My God.
But is there a season 2?
1? Oh, yeah. This has to be picked up. Season 1, season finale of Strange New Worlds. Oh, they took they ate all of Star Wars' lunch. Because fuck Star Wars, man.
Damn.
Star Trek has lapped them.
Okay, now I'm
I
definitely.
can't
This
wait.
was so good.
I
I
can't
still
wait
have
to
not
hear the
watched Obi-Wan
teaser of this
Kenobi
one.
since episode 3. Fuck Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're my
Star
only hope.
Trek Strange New World.
You're my only hope.
Strange New Worlds I'm all about it. I love it, and I'm so disappointed the season's
Whole
over.
Strange New World.
I might go back and watch the Discovery episodes that introduce Pike and Spock and stuff like that. Just
I like Discovery. Discovery wasn't bad.
yeah,
Spoiler alert.
I didn't
Picard,
like it.
I didn't like, but
Picard sucked.
Discovery, I
Ooh,
like.
Picard sucked.
Is Picard still going on, or is that over?
I think one more season of it. I think they said they're doing 3 seasons.
Oh, okay.
Season 1 sucked.
So there's
I
like
couldn't
there's like
I couldn't
multiple-
even get through.
You got
2
multiple
episodes.
Star Treks going on at the same time right now.
Yeah, there's
right?
Discovery, Picard, and Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds is it.
And Below Decks.
Oh yeah, but that's
the
a cartoon,
right?
Cartoon,
Yeah.
Not that I'm shitting on that, like saying, "Oh, but that's a cartoon."
Have you watched it or no?
I watched like 2 episodes. Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's a
I didn't
comedy.
watch it.
It's like a
Is it like
It's
aimed
just
at
silly.
kids, or is it
nah,
adult
because
cartoon,
there's
like-
F words and stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's definitely aimed at adults, but it's
which channel is that on?
Paramount. It's all
Paramount,
Paramount
okay.
stuff.
I guess they own the whole
Star Trek
library
world.
Yeah.
Star Trek is
Universe,
a weird who owns what. Like the movies are owned by somebody, and the shows are owned by somebody else.
Well, that's it.
So they can only do like
sticky.
Paramount can only do the TV shows, and someone else can do the movies. I don't know who it is. It's somebody else.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened because Desi Lou sold it to the wrong people or whatever.
Desi Lou, man. Who would have
You
thought?
right over there, dude?
Yeah, who would have thought that Desi Lou would have been the
They're the whole reason there's
the
still
one
Star
to bring
Trek
me
now.
Star Trek, yeah. That's
And I'm
crazy.
not a Trekkie. I am not a Trekkie. I
He's
have
not.
in this room of nonsense. There is not one Star Trek thing down
But
here.
there is 2 Millennium Falcons.
There's at least 2. But I might add, I might have the Anson
I don't
Mount.
think you can add. or
Anson Mount's
subtract.
hair. I love it. I want his hair. I might have to do his hair. He's Captain Pike on Strange New Worlds.
Speaking of Ansons, Anson Williams is running for mayor in
Of?
California, Ojai,
I'm
California,
not
or
registered
something like
there.
that.
I can't get it.
But I'm
Is
just saying
is
if
he
we get-
pro-choice or
I think he's pro-choice. Yeah,
are you sure about that?
I think so. Yeah, because Henry Winkler was on his.
There's a lot of
side.
abortions happening in.
I don't think
The mayor has to get
because I don't think
involved there.
Chachi wasn't supporting him, but Henry Winkler was. So that
Did
makes me
Chachi
think-
say "fuck Potsy"?
No, he didn't say anything. He didn't come out and say anything.
Does Chachi
I'm making up the
like
whole.
he's like, listen, I am for not
Listen.
the Potsy.
Listen,
I
I
wanna
can't.
hear the
I can't wait to
anti-Potsy
meet
speech.
Scott Baio when we finally do get to meet Scott Baio.
I feel like we've been meeting him for years,
But it was only the one time that he was going to be there. We
but I
missed
feel
it,
like
yeah.
it's always like we're talking
And
about.
we didn't miss it because
let's
of
meet
us.
him.
He actually postponed. He had to cancel because he had
Oh, the
to.
chiller.
I thought it was
Yeah.
COVID, but whatever. Everybody canceled for COVID.
No, he,
BLC.
he
I heard a great COVID story the other day at work.
Let's hear it.
COVID brain.
I probably shouldn't have fucking said it. Somebody took off for 2 weeks saying they had COVID, went on vacation, got paid for being out.
Yeah,
They got
I'll have
COVID?
to. I'll
And
definitely.
And
they
then
got-
really got COVID when they came
They
back.
never had COVID.
Would have been worse if they came back and got it.
Wow.
Again.
That's a roll of the dice you take, though. If
Yeah.
you're going to make that lie, you're going to be like, yeah, but what happens if I get COVID next week? Oh, I still test positive. I guess you could just be like, I'm still
Yeah.
testing positive. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
come back until I test
Where'd
negative.
they go? Anywhere good?
I will definitely not say that because that would give away.
Tell me. This is cool. Now we could say, like, tell me off.
Tell me off
Off
my
air.
Mike, yeah.
Kevin in Canada is like, who is it? You don't know who it is, Kevin.
Kevin, man. I know I got to respond back to our latest.
DM us
email.
for details.
We should take a road trip to Canada.
I would definitely do that.
Let's do it.
Go see a Maple Leafs game. Go to a
He just stopped being our fan.
maybe yeah.
We threatened to go visit him.
Is he
And
an
what
Ottawa
can-
Senators fan? I said Maple Leafs.
And will he take it?
Oh, yeah.
And we can get
Canadians?
Putin. Is it Poutine? Putin?
Oh, poutine.
Poutine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
poutine.
Poutine.
That's like the French
poutine?
fries.
I love
Oh, I think I meant
Ottawa.
the guy that runs Russia. I was like, what are we talking about?
Ottawa is like one of my favorite cities.
How many times have you been to
never-
Ottawa?
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, all right. That's good. That's good.
The
then.
number I was waiting for.
If you
was
said
so
if you
weird.
said
It was like,
if you said I've never been there, I would have been like, how do you
the
know?
suspense was
Twice
crazy
is
too.
good, though.
The last time it was like a perfect trip too.
I've been to Canada one time, and we did Toronto, we did Ottawa, we drove Niagara Falls,
Do you say Montreal or Montreal?
Montreal.
Yeah, I always.
But we didn't go that
sometimes I hear
far up
people say
north. We
Montreal.
went from Niagara Falls into Canada and then down into Michigan to Detroit.
Was that like Thousand
Oh, wow.
Islands?
Yeah,
Isn't it like Thousand Islands there in Michigan or something like on the lakes?
That's
there?
New
That's,
York.
yeah, that's the
Is that New
Finger,
York? Okay,
Finger
yeah,
Lakes.
Finger
Isn't that
Lakes,
the Thousand
the-
Islands?
I thought there was like
Finger
a
Lakes side
thousand.
of Lake
I thought there was a
Ontario.
Thousand Islands something out there in Michigan somewhere.
They have the
I don't know.
Thousand Island dressing out there, but so does
Yeah.
everybody else. It's just French dressing.
So
That's- if you get light, is that 500 Island?
what's the monster that lives in
Loch Ness?
Thousand Islands? Lake Champlain.
There's a monster that lives there,
Yeah, isn't there a monster? Lake Champlain monster.
like the Loch Ness monster of
Yeah.
the.
I don't know.
Finger
I
Lakes?
never heard of the Lake Champlain one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like the Champlain monster? Because it should be.
Champale. Trenton throw out there.
Watch what I do here. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
You can reach us at the Exciting and New Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any other TikTok, and whatever other ones are out there, YouTube. And I'm the Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter.
Hey, Gonzo 1.
Papa Bad Kitty.